Okay, I want to buy junk, and some of the junk I want to buy is really far away, so I bought this junk to buy the junk that's far away. This is a car trailer I got on Marketplace for 1,100 bucks, and being an $1,100 car trailer, it's not all bougie fresh. It needs a lot of stuff, looks pretty fugly. The wheel bearings are not happy. It seems like the wheels are about to fall off. It needs to be completely and totally rewired. That's damn near touching the ground. I think it's on mobile home axles, which I don't even know are legal or not. And more stuff that we're gonna run into, like rust and whatever. Luckily, I should have everything I need. Okay, we'll get stuff as we go, but for right now, I'm just gonna, you know, yeah, do the,
Your job is not yet done, old Jack. You've been demoted to Jack Stanton.
This railroad tie is still good. Throw it up under there. Yeah. I'm trying to recover some tools here. Found these pliers. They still work. Got, maybe. You know, oh, yep. Okay. You know, that can go there, sure. Yeah, we got, I think oh, hey. Yeah, that's still good. I think dirt is something really good to get in your bearings. I think the more dirt you get in them, the better. They see me mowing my front lawn. Okay, so the return spring on every single wheel on this thing is broken. So I went on eBay and got one that I thought might work, but it's a little bit too short. So I brought a generator and bought the finest drill money can buy, because only the finest will do for the precision work that I do. And I'm just gonna drill a new hole in the shoe to make this spring work. That seems to work just fine. Excuse you.
Go on.
So these bearings actually don't look bad. They're zero preload. So basically you torque them down with the wrench, loosen it, and then finger tighten it. And as the bearing wears out, the wheel will start to wobble. So every now and then you gotta come back in here and re-tighten this nut. Okay, so I torqued it down, spun it a few times, loosened it back up, finger tightened it, put the cotter pin on, and you can see I can still move that nut, but that's all it gets. That's done. So this thing has these things on it called bearing buddies. Basically, they like keep the grease spring loaded. I'd never heard of them before. I don't know if they're any good or not, but anyway. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and do everything I did on this one to all the others. These lug nuts are left-hand thread, so it's righty loosey, lefty tighty. Why, I don't know. Okay, so brakes are done, wheel bearings are done. I would grease them with my grease gun, but so I'm gonna go ahead and put this winch on with this little welder I also got. So yeah, I'm just gonna weld this plate here. Do the winch and it'll do winch stuff. I also purchased the finest grinder money can buy because I need the finest finish I can possibly get. So I'm not really sure how this tiny welder is going to do on this 1/4 inch thick steel through a 50-foot extension cord on a generator, but we're just going to run it on full ass and hopefully it's hot enough to actually make a strong weld. I'm very impressed with this little welder. It actually did a really good job. Had to turn it down a little bit actually. Again, through a 50-foot extension cord on a generator. If you're like a beginner welder that's just trying to, you know, get into it, these are like 80 bucks at Harbor Freight. Maybe pick one up, you know? Maybe pick one up. Maybe pick one up, you know, maybe. I'm not sponsored by Harbor Freight, by the way. I just think it's nice. I think my hole punch is somewhere in this conglomeration of tools past. I don't think I'm gonna find it. made the executive decision to reinforce this, so I'm confident that that ain't going anywhere now. So now I just need a plate about here for the battery. The finest grinder money can buy is dead. No, $17 down the drain. Ah! I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy, diggy hole. I got another grinder to replace the best grinder money can buy. This one's a DeWalt. Sounds French. Anyway. Plate for the battery box is all welded in. So that's done. Wonder how much this stuff reinforces the neck. Probably not a lot, but I like to think it does. We almost... Come here. We almost killed the best drill money can buy. Started smoking on that last hole a little bit, but anyway, we got the holes drilled for the winch, so we can put that on whenever. So I think now I'm gonna go ahead and remove these boards. So these bolts are too rusted to ever come out, and these things were just hammered in there, so... Yeah. Okay, now we can see what we got. So, first of all, that's a ginormous mud dauber nest. Second of all, the rust isn't bad. Obviously it's scaly, but it could be a lot worse. Another thing I noticed is how shit the welds are, especially things like this leaf spring mount. It's really cold. That's not very good. Might borrow a stick welder and reinforce that a little bit, but that doesn't surprise me at all because trailer welds are always garbage. That's just a fact of life. The only way to have a trailer without shit welds is to build your own from scratch, and that takes forever and costs a lot of money, and no, I don't want. Went to the junkyard and got a used battery. And that's a battery with some ass, boy, I tell you what. Barely fits. I also got a battery powered soldering iron because I'd feel kind of stupid running a soldering iron with a 7,000 watt generator. That's kind of like shooting a squirrel with a cannon. Doesn't make a lot of sense. I also got this solar powered battery charger, so we can keep this battery charged up with the power of the universe. Okay, so this trailer currently has a 4-prong plug. So in other words, the brakes aren't even wired up at all. So we're gonna put on this 7-pin plug. So we're gonna wire the brakes up, clean up the rest of the wiring, wire up the winch, the battery, all that stuff. This is another given for used trailers. The wires are always just twisted together. They're never soldered, they're never crimped, and the lights almost never work. I wonder why. Okay, these bolts aren't long enough to thread into the bottom of the winch. Why? Why? Are there more? There's gotta be more, right? Yeah, no, there's no more. So they just included bogus ass bolts with the winch. So now I gotta go get more. Yeah, we'll take some of these. Shiny. You can see even on a new trailer, it has the same problem mine has with the leaf spring welds. Those are ass. And, you know, brand new trailer. Again, if you want a trailer without ass welds, you gotta make your own. So the cables that this winch came with have these little holes on the end because they assume you're gonna attach it to a little rinky-dink battery. But we don't have a rinky-dink battery, we got a man's battery. So I'm gonna have to get bigger connectors for these cables. An annoying thing about trailer wiring is the colors aren't standardized. So this plug has a yellow, green, and brown wire, and so does this one, but they don't do the same stuff. So you gotta get the multimeter and pin the probes and make sure it goes to the right place. And technically these lights work, but this one's broken and full of water, so I'm just gonna replace them. This little plastic license plate holder. Yes, I will definitely trust this flimsy piece of plastic to not break off and lose my license plate. Yes. I'm trying to solder these bigger wires together, but this little battery-powered soldering iron doesn't have the ass to do it. It can't get hot enough, so we are actually gonna run a soldering iron with the generator. We're gonna shoot the squirrel with the cannon. Yeah, that did a much better job. This soldering iron is good for the little wires, but anything bigger, it kind of runs out of ass. So I got this lanolin-based undercoating. Unlike POR 50 or whatever that dries and flakes off and doesn't work, this stuff never dries. It kind of stays in oil. So basically it, you know, actually stops the rust that's already there. So you could just spray rust and it won't rust anymore. Now this isn't the only lanolin based undercoating you can get. There's like fluid film and a couple others, but the reason I like the Blaster is for the legitimate reason is that it smells nicer. Yeah. I flipped the boards over to the fresh side, so now they look brand new. And looking brand new is the same as being brand new. Yes, I trapped my extension cord. Thanks for noticing. I killed the finest drill money can buy. No. I got a new drill to replace the best drill money can buy. This one's a Craftsman. Where's the Craftswoman? No one buy it or what? Anyway. Okay, so these cables are too long. I need to get some crimp connectors and shorten those to tidy it up a little bit, but I haven't tried it yet, but I think it won't work. Okay, how about this? Nope. Wait, where's this go? Does this go to the battery? Oh, yep, okay. All right. Winch action achieved. Holy shit, it's cold out here. I wish global warming would hurry up. It's really cold and really windy, which is basically the worst conditions possible to paint in, but I'm going for the farmer look, okay? Okay, so given the current circumstances, this is all the bougification I'm gonna do. And you know, it looks better than it did. I like the different colors of the wood. It looks like I did it on purpose. Like, oh, this is birch and this is oak, and I wanted the colors to contrast. Okay, I'm gonna see if these brakes work real quick. So I'm gonna pull this disconnect like that, and now the brakes should be on. And they're not. I never actually grounded the battery to the frame, so maybe that's why. Yep, I heard them. Okay, now I will test the brakes. So pull this. I said pull this. I said pull this. Okay, now these, oh yeah, we have brakes. I'll go ahead and test this side too. One of those backup cameras would be nice. Something I got for the truck. This is a brake controller. So basically, we don't want full trailer brakes all the time. We want to be able to adjust it. And well, this does that. Oh no, this vehicle totally needs towing. Good thing we have and trailer and winch and truck. Okay, let's witness the power here. I think it's in gear. I don't have the keys for this thing, so I hope I don't have to turn the wheel too much. Yeah, we're falling off that one. Luckily, the steering lock is really loose, so I can actually turn it. Nope. All right, well, so much for that. Okay, I have the keys. We can do this now. Oh, yeah. Now, technically, it would be better to get the engine up front and get most of the weight forward as possible, but it would have been a pain in the ass to get over in there, and I didn't want to. Okay, I got these big ass yellow straps. They seem to do the job. I closed the extra up in the doors. I mean, I don't see why not. Sure. Let's see here. Yeah, those brakes are working. I can feel them. Brake check. Ooh. Looks like friggin' Skyrim out there. Dovaki. Okay, so at 100%, the brakes are doing most of the braking. We don't really want that. So I'll turn it down to like 50%, see if that feels better. The Ford isn't exactly happy with what it's pulling. That little 4.6 is not, damn, those brakes are still working hard. I mean, if those are mobile trailer axles, like mobile home axles, those things are designed to tow way more weight than a car, so it makes sense that the brakes work really good. I think they're either 10 or 12 inches. So okay, we're gonna do an extreme weather brake test. So I'm gonna turn the brake controller to 0% and then do a panic stop and see how far it takes me to get stopped. Then I'm gonna do it again with the brakes at 100% and see how much shorter the stopping distance is. And I'm gonna do it at, say, I don't know, 35 miles an hour. Oh no, a deer. Okay. Well, that took a while. Okay, trailer brakes, 100%. Oh no, a second deer. Oh, damn, that's a lot better. I actually went too fast. I went up to 40. Oh no, an actual deer. Oh yeah, I tried to back it in over there, but it was too steep of an angle and it scrubbed. That plastic license plate holder already broke off. I never even put a plate on it and it already broke off. Ah yes, the Sundance sitting on a trailer. That's a familiar sight. Anyway, so here's the trailer. I think I'm like $1,500-ish into it. And for a trailer with nice tires, nice boards, working lights, working winch and all that stuff, you know, it's a pretty good deal. I think I'm pretty ahead. So I had originally bought this to tow the E30 drifting, but now that it's been crispified, I think I'm gonna go ahead and tow it to the scrapyard with it. I hope to at some point see an FCRX7 sitting on this thing. Hopefully I can find one somewhat nearby for a good price, but anyway, yeah, subscribe.